What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the third episode of the 2 Cents FPL podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Park, and joining me are my fellow co-hosts. Let's start off with Zachary McAllister. How would you describe your FPL weekend, bro?
My FPL weekend was great. Got a little green arrow, moved up into the top 2 million.
Whoa.
So that's always great. Still not quite where I want to be in terms of our 2 Cents FPL league. Should definitely go and join that. If I remember, I'll put the code in the description. So go and join that. But to answer your question, Dan, pretty solid week.
And yourself, Lucas?
Brother, I'm looking at my FPL right now, and I've got a red down arrow.
Ooh.
So that's not great. I don't know. I think the vibes are just off. Like, I put Raya on the bench and I put Ward in. Because I remember, Zach, we spoke about this last week, and it's like, you know what? Sometimes it's good to put the keeper against like the more difficult fixture because then they're going to get saves.
To get the save, yeah.
and then I was like, United's obviously going to score against Brentford. Boom! Obviously, Brentford scores 4 against United and keeps a clean sheet. So my homie gets 7. I get 1 from Ward. And then I'm like, nah, Delo, bro. Like, this guy's, he's got a potential to like swing it in, get some assist and stuff. Poof, gives me 0. Nico Williams. Is it Nico Williams?
Yep.
Nico Williams?
Yep.
Nico Williams, bro. Gets me a fat 7 on the bench. So, yeah, some bad decisions. I'm still backing my boy Rashford, but he's giving me solid like 3 points. 2 points over 2 game weeks. So, yeah, guys. And I still captained Haaland, so I don't regret that because it's against Bournemouth. So, there was mad potential there. But my boy Gabby Jesus got 19 points. And it's not even a double game week. So, mistakes were made, but I can see my boy Luis Diaz has got me 6 right now. So, hopefully we can bag another one with this Liverpool game. Maybe Trent swings one in, maybe Salah. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, I think I'm in the 60s for points. So, that's alright, I guess. But, Oaks have turned up this season. I'm waiting for that time when everyone starts forgetting about FPL. And I don't forget about FPL. And
Then you can
when Zach logs off for like 5 weeks and just captains some amazing guy that gets like triple figures every week, and that's when we start getting the green arrow.
Shout out Nico Williams. I think he was like one of my budget buys at the beginning of the season. 7 points.
Nico Williams, bro.
There we go.
Yeah, Nico
7
Williams
points.
was also on my bench, so I kind of feel quite upset. That on top of the fact that I captained Haaland as well as Zach did. And, he gets, I think, an assist or something like that. And then Gabriel Jesus scores 2 goals. And I think gets man of the match as well. So, yeah.
2 goals, 2 assists.
And De Gea was still in my team. So,
He's gotta go.
The hits just kept on going and coming. And, yeah. So, now I've taken a hit to get this guy out. I've still got Eriksen in my team. But hopefully he can just, cool down on the bench. And then I just let some other players play in there. But I think I'm distinctly average would describe my FPL weekend. Anyway, let's get into maybe some tips and some talk about the next weekend, because if you have a bad FPL weekend, you always got the promise of the one in front of you. So I thought we would just go for some distinctly average and classic categories that you probably find everywhere else on YouTube. We're going to go with buy, sell, and avoid. Super easy concept to get your head around. So I think I'll start with you, Zach. Who is your buy? Get in at all costs.
Actually, who do I get in? Who's been banging it? I think. Actually, I have a good one. Cucurella. I think if you don't want to go the Reece James route, I think he's cheaper than Reece James. Let me just double check that. He's probably like 5. But yeah, I think he's probably going to be just as, if not more tactic than James, because at times James will play as like a centre back, I think. So I think Cucurella's going to have that left wing back spot. He looked great in the game against Tottenham.
Yeah,
and
no,
he
really
is 5 million. So you can save a whole 1 million on Reece James. Get the you could double up on them as well. I wouldn't be against that as well. So I definitely looking to get in Cucurella.
What happened to Chilwell?
It's always
I couldn't tell you. Bro.
Injured or not really that good enough. And then Alonso has apparently been linked to Barcelona.
Short.
Yeah, Lucas, who's your bar?
Yeah.
You know, just could be someone you're also curious about, and you're probably going to look at buying pretty soon.
I don't know why I didn't have him since game week 1, but I decided to take a punt with Rashford. Didn't work out, so bought another Arsenal player. Told you they're on fire, and it's my boy Martinelli.
No, that's a good pick.
Don't think you can go without him. He's either assisting or he's scoring. He's doing the things, and I don't think he costs that much. He's probably like 6 point something. 6.2. He's gone up, obviously. So trying to get in there before it starts going a little bit haywire there in Arsenal, and everyone starts becoming prime flipping KDB. But yeah, definitely I'd bring in.
Yeah,
bring in Martinelli.
You know, it obviously hurts for it to be an Arsenal player, but I will have to say that's it's a smart pick.
Decent pick. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And for you, bro.
For me, unfortunately, I'm not going to be unique on this one. I was also eyeballing Cucurella, funny enough, because he is cheaper than Reece James, and I feel like he gives the exact same value. And he was playing excellently against Spurs. I honestly thought, when I saw him there initially, I was like, you know what? Like, I think he's going to bottle it a bit. You know, he won't be as great as he was at Brighton, but he's actually better. Like, he's got more space to run into. Yeah, I think Cucurella just works, and cheaper than Reece James, I feel like that can be like a differential, like an alternative that other people aren't thinking of. And then Zach, who is your sell? Get out of here, like get rid of now player that you're looking at or thinking about.
You are a Tottenham fan, yeah, so you'd probably know more than me, but it just doesn't seem like even Perisic is first choice as a defender for Conte. Maybe he's just sort of easing him in, and we'll see in the next few games he gets more minutes, maybe a start. But just from the way Conte's been talking, I don't know. Maybe Perisic just is kind of more of a rotation player than a definite starter. And for he was 5.5, he's 5.4 now. He's already dropped in price. I think you kind of want a definite starter, especially when guys like Cucurella are out there for 5. So no, I'm not saying Perisic won't be a factor later on in the season. Maybe he will, but I think right now, just maybe look to move on from him and just monitor the situation.
Yeah. And yourself, Lucas? Who are you looking at bringing in?
It's gonna sound a bit harsh, Zach, but
I mean, sorry. Getting rid of,
bro.
Getting rid of.
I'm definitely getting rid of any trace of United.
Any trace of United.
I had Rashford and I had Dalot. Not working for me, bro. Not getting clean sheets, not getting goals. So, and that's what FPL. That's what you're here for. So, Dalot even at 4.5, I'd rather find someone else. Unfortunately, so yeah, they definitely out the window for me.
Yeah, Zach, just bring it back to Perisic. I don't know. I will say Ryan had a bit of a bad game, so Perisic could come in, but I think you should definitely avoid Perisic. I don't think he's a good idea. For me, this is gonna sound a little bit weird picking like an Arsenal player. I can't remember if you guys spoke about him previously, but I think Bukayo Saka actually needs to go. I think, but like my reasoning isn't what you'd think. I think that he's just not as influential as he used to be, and everyone's kind of got him as a budget alternative to either Jesus or Martinelli. And I hate if I end up eating my words, but I think he's just not worth it anymore. Like, it's even Xhaka seems to be getting more touches on the ball than Saka now. Anyway, and Xhaka is like a midfielder. I think Saka's kind of dropping a little bit more back and being more defensive than he was previously. And maybe when Tomiyasu comes in, he like goes back into more of an attacking role. But currently Saka, like, I don't know, he doesn't seem to be as dangerous as Jesus or Martinelli, even vaguely. And I think betting on him getting a piece of the pie there actually isn't worth it, because I think Jesus and Martinelli are hogging too much of the influence there. So I think Saka is someone you need to get rid of and either go to a Martinelli or I don't know, maybe downgrade your midfield so you can afford Jesus or something. Yeah. And then maybe just going to our last topic here before we end off. Who is your void? I guess I've already said my void is Ivan Perisic. But Zach, who's your void? Player that you think is a little bit too overhyped and is probably going to destroy your FPL if you bring them in.
Josh Da Silva for me. The guy scored 2 goals so far this season. They were basically long shots, like shots that you don't expect to go in fairly often, and he's got 2 of them to go in the first 2 games. His price has gone up. He was a 4.5. I think everyone's looking for that 4.5 who can provide some goal threat, and I just don't think Da Silva is that. So I know he's going to be brought in quite a bit because casuals just kind of look at the people who have scored the most points so far and say, oh, Da Silva's got 14 points and he's 4.6 and bring him in. I would avoid him. I just don't think that the run he's on is sustainable.
Yeah. And Lucas?
Oh, bro, I don't actually know. I have...
Maybe Mitrovic? I don't know. He's done you so dirty right now that...
Maybe
everyone should avoid him.
I don't have him in my FPL, but I'm thinking like an Ollie Watkins type of vibe. Like I remember he saw those streams last season. He had like 3 or 4 game weeks where he was just banging it in, and I got him in, and then the rest of the games that he played was just horrendous. So he scored a decent 11 points this game week, and I know we're all backing Aston Villa, so that it could look good. But the fixtures aren't looking that good, and I don't think it's going to be a sustained thing. So I would probably avoid that type of vibe, to be honest. Yeah,
that's a good shout.
Okay, well, simple enough. You heard it from us. You know what to do. Go and implement those changes right now in FPL, and trust me, you'll be glad that you listened and you followed our instructions. I'm sure.
Yeah, guys, listen to us. We're in the bottom half of the world right now, but
we're the experts.
That's gonna change. It's gonna change soon. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
No, but thanks everyone for listening, for tuning in. Really hope you enjoyed it, and join us next week on the 2 Cents FPL podcast. Cheerio.